Here we go. Here we go.
I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amara. This is amaraslogic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news. Live edition. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. Y'all know we here to talk about what's going on at Fiserv Forum right now. Overtime between the Milwaukee Bucks, the Philadelphia 76ers, and the officials. Salute the friends and family. Salute the Bucks Nation. We are in a nail biter here. I mean, some of this officiating down the stretch at some of these calls were absolutely atrocious. But I want to give the guys credit. They fought. I thought we were about to get punished after that. The first, 5 minutes of the first quarter when Paul George was treating Bobby Portis, I was like, oh, this is about to get dark. And Maxey was hooping. But we have to give this team credit for the grit that they display. This team got heart for real. I win, lose, or draw, I know that this team is going to fight to the very end, and I got to give them credit for that. I got to give them credit for that. Salute the friends and family, and salute the Bucks Nation. What's going on with y'all? How y'all feeling? And Ryan Rollins, hey, I got to say something, y'all. Ryan Rollins, he deserves his respect. He is out there hooping. He is out there poised and looking like a polished veteran. Salute to Ryan Rollins. Wow, were you hooping. And I also want to give the Bucks credit, win, lose, or draw, that they started off very shaky. They got themselves together. They started moving the ball. They started playing better defense. The zone today, as much as we don't like the zone is what gave Philadelphia problems today. The zone actually worked today. So I want to give Doc credit for sticking with that zone and allowing it to cause issues for the Philadelphia 76ers. I know that Maxey going for 50. He's playing every minute of the game. I mean, come on, man. But I want to give us credit on at least some attempted of playing better defense. I want to give us credit. Man, we is fighting out there. We got to give this team credit. We got some heart, man. Shout out to the Bucks, man. Y'all don't quit for nothing. Y'all don't quit for nothing out there fighting. Salute. I want to give Bobby Portis some credit too. He played well offensively. He's still shaky defensively, had his moments, but he did give us a much needed scoring punch today. Let me put that up here too while we chop it up. Friends and family, what's good? Channel members, what's good? What's up with y'all? I see y'all active in the chat. What's good? All right, y'all. OT right now. We getting to it. What up, boy, mommy? I see you in the chat. Salute. See you, Patricia P and Mia Kim. I see y'all. Y'all active. I see it. I see it. 109, 106, Philadelphia right now. I mean, Maxey's going crazy, though. 48, 17 to 29, 6 of 15 from 3, 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Quite a few of these were suspect. 9 assists plus 9 he's really carrying him. And Paul George, I know he got 21, but he had 11 in the first few minutes. So we did a good job of kind of shutting him down in the second half. We did a good job of shutting everyone down besides Maxey. Maxey is literally carrying this team. He's the difference in this game. And rebounding, we got to find a way to rebound, friends and family. The rebounding is getting out of control. We don't show any effort at all to rebound, and it's costing us. It cost us in this game. 111, 106. Come on, Bucks. Y'all let them get 5 off real fast like that. Come on, Bucks. Another problem is the amount of additional shot attempts. Right now, they have 94 to our 84. We got to get more shot attempts. The rebounding is killing us, 48 to 41. But again, I want to give his team credit for fighting, y'all. Like I said, win, lose, or draw, they show me a lot of heart. Like I said, Bobby Portis played solid. He played had 17 points. Kuzma played 17 points. I would like to say this about Kuzma. I do think that Doc took out Kuzma at the wrong time, and he should have rolled Kuzma out while he was hot. When he had that 10 points and he just took him out, Doc has to stop getting out of his own way. He got to get out of his own way because Kuzma should have continued to play. You see how they let Maxey play the whole game because he was hot. It is what it is. That's the same thing should have been with Kuzma. Kuzma was carrying us. He carried us to a 6 or 8 point lead. Why would you sit him? Who do you think you are to sit somebody when they're hot? Who does that? I'm not saying that was the biggest the difference maker in the game, but I think it had a huge impact along with the officiating late. From the Ryan Rollins call to the Maxey call, I thought there's a lot of favorable calls that went Philadelphia's way. I'm just keeping it real. The officiating is crazy. It's crazy. Miles Turner hit a big 3 late. He has 14 so far. AJ Green got 9. Ryan Rollins 26, and I love that he was aggressive. 11 to 23 with 13 assists. He does have 3 turnovers, but nonetheless, I think a very good game for Ryan Rollins. And it was good to see Gary Trent have a solid game as well with 11 points so far. And it's not like we're shooting bad. We're not getting to the free throw line. You know they're not giving us any calls. And it's just you can't let a team get more shot attempts than you. It's going to hurt you, and it hurt us in this game along with rebounding. Turnovers could have been better. 14, not the worst in the world, but turnovers definitely could have been better. But it is what it is. We still got 3 minutes left in this game, too, so it's still up in the air. Maxey with 50 is crazy, though. Maxey with 50 is crazy. And this is going to hurt you here. This is huge, friends and family. You got 14 turnovers, but you give up 25 points off of those turnovers where they gave up 12. That's a huge difference. Fast break points hurt us. Points in the paint, we actually won, which is good, but that definitely hurt us. The points off at turnovers was huge. Offensive rebounding, again, 10 to 2. We're not rebounding. You can't give a team 10 offensive rebounds. That is an issue with this team, and it's been an issue all year. We got to figure out a way to rebound. That's crazy. The rebounding is crazy. And the Bucks have yet to score in overtime is crazy too. Wow. Let's get the likes up, friends and family. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Let's get the likes up. Let me see who in the building while we watching this. BKC, what's good, bro? Baby, what's good? Patricia P, what's good, man? Chris, what's good? Jeff Riley, I see you. Robert Brooks, what's good? TV Fanatic, what's good? Robert Brooks, I see you. Trina, what's good, man? JST Fresh Tech, what's good? Derek Stevenson, what's good? Greg Delaney, I see you. Mr. Cool, the living legend. No strays, your team is weak. Mr. 414, what's good? No strays, I repeat, your team is weak. Let's get to it. Pickle Luke, what it do? John Hassel in the building. My boy, the Childish One, I see you. Hey, Bucks number one, why you change your name? What up, Bucks? I see you. Who else up in here? All right, let's get to some of these comments while we watching this. Let's go, Bucks, though. Deadtron, what's good? Hoyt City E, what's good, bro? I see you with the name change. Let's get to some of these comments. Boy, mommy, I see you. Lavelle, what's good, bro? All friends and family is in the building. Appreciate you. The wheels are coming off. Dre West, what's good? The wheels coming off a little bit, friends and family. We got to stay strong here. We got to make a run. What up, LeVar? Moose, what's good? Hey, Janet MOC, what's good, man? Appreciate you tapping in. You said Bobby makes me nervous anytime he's in the game. Shout out to you, Moose. Philly only has one big. Kuz, Bobby, and MT are basically playing against guards all game, and we can't rebound, which is crazy. And we can't rebound is crazy. Hey, Mr. Cole, I think we can. We can win this. 100% we can win this. We got to grind it out. We just got to grind it out. Shout out to the living legend, Mr. Cole. Thank you, Patricia P. Hey, Patricia, Maxey with the 50 piece, almost playing the entire game back to back. Patricia, that's why I don't want to hear no excuses about no back to back. I don't want to hear that. You either can do it or you can't. That's an excuse. Just look at Maxey, back to back, and on the end of the back to back, he dropped 50. That's why I don't want to hear that excuse about back to back, man. I'm not trying to hear that, to keep it real. Hey, Janet MOC, with AJ needs the ball, I agree. He's been playing well and consistent today. Shout out to AJ Green. Hey, Trina, that's a fact. It's almost, yeah, he's sabotaging Kuz, Trina. I don't know what's up with Doc, but he be sabotaging Kuz. That's crazy. Okay. I Am Titan said we winning this. Let's go then. Let's win. Let's get it. Yeah, hey, Robert Brooks. Hey, I'm going to say this too. Ryan Rollins, he's shown me that he's worth every dollar that we're paying him. And he's getting better and better during this season. And now he's going to get even more confidence with Giannis out. My stock is very high on Ryan Rollins. And I also said Kuzma. Y'all remember when y'all wanted Kuzma's head on a stake? Do y'all remember that? Y'all wanted him traded before the season started? Do y'all remember that? Now look, after I said the exercise patience, the value that we're getting out of Kuzma right now, offensively and defensively. He's playing well. We have to give Kuz his credit. This game ain't over. We got 50 seconds left, y'all. What up, AB? Rollins is hooping, bro. 32 from Rollins, 13 of 26, 14 assists. What are we doing with Ryan Rollins? Wow. Hooping. Like I said, win, lose, or draw, we hooping. We hooping. Let's go. Wow. Wow, the officiating. So they're 16 of 21 from the free throw line. We're 10 of 13. So they got 9 more free throw attempts than we do. But that's typical. We'll never get a fair shake from the officials, you guys. You got to know that we're being punished for having Giannis. They'll never give us a fair shake as far as with the officiating, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Yeah, that was a tough one, baby. That was a tough one. We can't rebound. That's been a problem all year, bro. We can't rebound. It just is. It's the same song and dance while we lose. We can't rebound, turnovers, and mismanagement with the rotations. It's the same thing. It's unfortunate. Yeah, with Giannis, we do get in work. But we play well. Hey, you guys, you got to look how we didn't play well in the first quarter. Look how terrible we were playing. For us to turn it around and take it to OT, can we give this team a little credit for fighting? No, we didn't win this one. You know the rest going to do what they do. But the way that this team fought to get it to this point, can that not be a silver lining? Friends and family, is that not available to be a silver lining in this game? We fought hard. It was a lot of. I saw some ball movement today. I saw Ryan Rollins taking another leap, like he could lead this team while Giannis is out. Kuzma had another strong game. This is probably Bobby Portis's best game offensively. Gary Trent Jr. had a double-figure game. AJ Green shot solid. So there were positives to this game. I mean, when somebody goes for 50, that's hard to stop. It's hard to stop a player that is that hot also and stop the officials. It's difficult. It's difficult. I mean, what can I say? Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate the new sub. Salute, salute. I mean, what can you say? What are we talking about? So we do got some positives, y'all. What up, Jimmy Roller? I seen you enter the building. Shout out to my dude. What up? Yeah, we lost. We did lose, but we played hard. We played hard, y'all. It was a lot of mismanagement out there. A lot of mismanagement. Yeah. Hey, me and Kim, right. To be honest, it came down to the rest. Yeah. I know Dre West wasn't going to let me have it. I know he wasn't going to let me have it. Shout out to Dre West. No moral victories. Oh, my man Dre West, don't be letting me slide with nothing. Shout out to you, bro. What up, Jonathan Porter? I see you. The challenge one said I had us going 3-5 in our next 8 without Giannis. Bad news. I thought we'd win tonight considering they were on back-to-back. We got to stop talking about back-to-backs and considering anything a win with the Bucks. Every game the Bucks play will be a fight. There will be no wins, guaranteed wins. We just got to see what happens. It's like at Forrest Gump, it's like opening a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get when you see the Bucks. So you can't just count wins yet. We just got to see what happened, bro. We just got to see what happened. I just want us to get a win first. And let's start from there. Let's get a win. We got Detroit coming up, but hey, Maxey was outstanding today. If Maxey didn't have 50, we win this game. How about this? It took a 50 piece for Maxey to beat the Bucks without Giannis. Let that sink in. It took a 50 piece. Oh, Gibson Nicholas is in the building for his family. Hold on. Barack Bahamas has entered the building. Hold on, y'all. Let me tap in Barack Bahamas here. Hold on 1 second. It's been a minute. The people been asking about you. There you go. What up?
Salute to Amber, salute to the chat, salute to everybody in chat. Amber, it's been a while.
Right, hey, you good? I know they had the storms and stuff. Everything good down there?
We ain't had no storm on our side. Only Jamaica get we didn't have no storm here in the Bahamas. But otherwise, Amber, it's just that my timing is be off. Getting from work, and that's my
We
timing.
appreciate the time. Hey, salute to Gibson. People been asking about you. Barack Bahamas has entered the chat. So tell me how everything been going. What you feel about the Bucks right now? Go ahead. It's on you.
Boy, I can't really say much because I haven't been watching it lately because I'm kind of a little in and out things like that. But that one with Giannis going down, man, that changed the whole narrative of this team. With Giannis going down, and like what I said again before, we still have a chance now. A lot of people might be counting the Bucks out, but they still have a fighting chance. That thing's got to be tightened up more better than it is, and just Doc Rivers have to
Right.
do a more better job.
One second, Gibson. I agree. Where's Pete Nance? I've been screaming for Pete Nance forever. I don't know where he is. What up, Robin? Go ahead, Gibson.
That's what I say now, man. And Doc have to get it together. You have to put in the right guys who can help contribute to this team. That someone have to make sure that not only Giannis, we give credit to Ryan Rollins and credit to Rondo helping with his development.
Right.
And we want to shout out to the Bucks organization for highly taking this into consideration. That development program, I was preaching it for years on this podcast for years. They finally decided to see some results. Finally, so we just need to keep the guys them going, and we can do this.
And Kuzma been playing well too. Kuzma been playing well too, Gibson. Right. But the thing that's hurting Kuzma, he's being sabotaged by Doc Rivers. Soon as he started scoring, they take him out the game. He scored like 10 straight, and they took him out the game. Can you imagine being that hot as your coach sitting you? Doc is sabotaging his team too, to a certain extent, with some of his rotations, Gibson. I'm telling you, it's crazy. What up, Monalando?
And not only that too, man, but if Doc Rivers don't watch himself, by the All-Star break, he might be out the door. He might be out the door, because if we continue to lose games like this, the last game we won is when we beat Charlotte. If I am right, because that was the only time we win. After that, we just get L's. We have not beat Cleveland for the season at all. And I don't like the start of that. We're supposed to be able to. We started off well.
Yeah.
And we just crumbled right down. So, Doc, I see you going back to your old ways. You cannot be going to the old ways. You have to understand, this is the best legitimate roster you have. This is the best legitimate roster you have. So you have to get it together.
But it's not even get it together. He has to take advantage of the talent that we have on this team. You know that as much as we like Jericho Sims because he can move his feet, he's extremely limited offensively. What up, Miss Robert Walker Murphy? Appreciate the $20 super chat. Hold on one second, sir. Shout out to Miss Robert Walker Murphy. Doc is the ops. Appreciate the $20 super chat. Shout out to Robin. He is the ops, 100%. Shout out to Robin. Gibson, the rotations sometimes is crazy. Jericho Sims is a great athlete, right? But Pete Nance, I think, brings way more to the table. IQ, he can shoot the three and is more of a threat offensively. Why would you not give him run? It just doesn't make sense to me, Gibson. It's crazy.
I don't understand it too myself, because Doc Rivers have to be okay. If you know that no Giannis tonight, switch up the lineup. Switch up the lineup.
Hey, No Straight said, welcome back, Barack Bahamas. Hold on. He said, welcome back, Barack Bahamas. Let's pull up the NBA standings and see who's getting fired tonight.
Well, No Straight and D, you shouldn't talk, as the Philadelphia 76ers own yours, so you have nothing to say. Because Philly own yours, so you can't come on this chat and come backfire at me. I got something. Philadelphia on your and he blocked Jalen Brown.
But why No Straight's talking? We do want Doc fired.
Yeah, man, I want him out of there long time. So I was putting him to go long time. So as we continue to lose, that's the more opportunity for the organization to get rid of him.
Right.
And even though if they get rid of him, I do not want Darvin Ham as head coach. I do not want Ham as head coach. No. I do not want Ham as head coach, because if Ham was a good coach, the Lakers was never going to fire him. So I don't want Ham as head coach. The coach I wanted for this team, he's broadcasting now. That's either the former Nuggets coach, Mike Malone, and then I wouldn't mind him giving Rondo a shot. But
I gotta say something here. 1 second, Gibson. I would like to shout out the queens of the chat. They are on my man Doc Rivers' helmet in the chat section. They are on Doc Rivers' helmet right now, Gibson. They want that man's head on the plaque. Shout out to the queens of the chat. when do you think enough is enough with Doc? Respectfully, Gibson. What do you think would have to happen for him to be let go, or do you think no matter what we keep him for the season? Honestly, Gibson.
No, I don't want us to keep him for the season now because it is.
No, I'm saying being realistic, Gibson. Not what you want. What do you think is realistic that's gonna happen? Do you think because we owe him this money that he's gonna finish out the season no matter what, or is there a scenario where he can be let go in the middle of the season?
I think there's a scenario he could get let go in the middle of the season because they have done it before. They ain't afraid to do it because let's use Adrian Griffin as an example. If let's use that as an example. If you ain't performing to the expectation, because don't forget this now, Amber, you have the owners are looking also at this too, and then you got the people complaining and watching.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this team is losing? So the people come to pay money to watch.
Right.
The once that arena is full every night, the owners is looking to make their money. So if you can accumulate the win for this team to go moving forward, they go the management are going to go look at John and say, hey, what is going on here? What is up with this coach?
I agree with you. I don't know with this money, $20 million after the Dame. I don't know if they are willing to do that. He should be fired right now. I told you, hey Gibson, they on his head. They on his head. Trina said he should be fired right now. What up, EP? What up, EP? I see you in the chat, bro. Oh.
No. But that's why he calling it. That's why he calling the chat because I don't like this, Amber. I don't like this. He start off good, and the minute he messing it up, you got to be able to rotate your bench. Your superstar's not out. Bring out some players on the team to see what they could do.
Yeah, but it's not just that, Gibson. When you see something working, stick with it. You don't need to be thinking, oh, minutes, this and that. You need to stick to what's working. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get it, Gibson. I don't get it. Why he does that? People get hot and he'll just sit with thinking about minutes. When somebody's hot, you ride that out until the wheels come off. But I do want to say something also that I'm seeing in the chat, and I do want to address this as well. I see y'all talking about rebounding. What up, King Kwame? About to get to your super chat. 1 second, bro. Are we saying that we lost this game due to rebounding? Are we saying we lost this game due to rebounding? Because I see a lot of people in the chat saying rebounding. I'm watching the chat right now. I want to see what y'all say. Are y'all saying the rebounding was the biggest reason we lost this game tonight? Let me know in the chat. King Kwame, what's good? Another issue with Doc. Every other player or coach has an axe to grind with him. Last 3 games, Lakers, Reddick, Hornets, Pat, 76ers, Georgia, Maxey. Great point. Shout out to King Kwame. Great point. Great point.
See, the problem is too, Amber. Everybody know Doc Rivers' flaws. Every coach in the league knows that Doc Rivers.
Let me tap in my boy here. Hold on 1 second. Guess let me tap in my boy James here. Hold on 1 second. What up, James? Appreciate you tapping in, bro.
What's up now?
What up? On you. Go ahead, Gibson.
Salute to your new guest. I'm a salute to your guest.
What up?
First time meeting in the chat. The problem is with Rivers. He got to get it together. He have to get it together because we cannot keep losing like this. This team cannot keep losing after losses. Even though that Giannis is not here, the team's supposed to still be able to play at a good pace. Not even though that your superstar is not here, someone's supposed to say, you know what? Giannis is not here. Let's carry the slack. Let's do it. And at the same time, the coach have to play his role. If you see the guys as hard, you can't keep taking him out, putting him back in, and it ain't gonna work. Stick with what you got. If it's working, stick with it. That's all I have to say. I'm gonna let you guess.
It's on you, James.
Bro, is anybody else besides everybody in this world that we jump on in? Is anybody else talking about Doc getting out of here? Because I ain't heard no one anywhere on the whole internet complaining about Doc needs to go.
That's true.
I haven't heard. Listen, I haven't heard a peep. I don't hear one disgruntled analyst anywhere talking about Doc.
That is a fair point. Yeah, it's crazy. That is a fair point. Hold on 1 second, James. Monolando, appreciate the $2 super chat. Our defense is so bad, we have to resort to the zone. I feel you, Monolando, but it was working. The zone wasn't the problem. The problem was rebounding. Rebounding really hurt us. Again, we can't rebound. And we just can't do it. I don't know what the mental situation is. We can't 10 offensive rebounds to 2 is crazy. That's crazy. Go ahead, James. The chat is saying that the offensive rebounding was the biggest thing to hurt us this game. What do you think?
Bro, how many times did we see we throw up a shot and none of our guys are on our side of the court even? I don't see nobody.
They're always retreating. I agree.
So I'm torn, bro, because while I know that that's a coaching thing, I don't want to get back harping on the IQ thing again, but no one on the court understands you need to be coached. You need a coach to tell you to stay your ass on our side of the court and catch a rebound.
That might be their scheme though, but that's a scheme though. I think that's scheme.
Tyrese put up 54. None of those were fast court, half court breaks while we were standing around our rim.
Oh, good point. Oh, he's talking.
He earned all 54 on his side of the court.
That's true. It wasn't a lot of fast break. That's fair.
So why are we all down there when we're shooting the ball and not getting our own offensive rebounds, bro?
Chat, what y'all think? Hold on 1 second. Dr. Smith, appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Other news, we win because we got Gibson back on the stage. Salute, bro. Good to see you back. Appreciate that. Salute. Hey, salute to Dr. Smith. Salute to Gibson. Right. Salute. Fire. Go ahead, though, James. Salute Dr. Smith and Gibson. Go ahead, James.
Bro, and then anybody else complain about just terrible shot selection?
At times, yes.
Bro, most times, if we're being honest. Like, man.
Cole Anthony did take, speaking of bad shot, Cole Anthony took some bad shots today. I thought he took some pretty bad shots. I think he's in a little bit of a weird stretch right now. He's not playing well. He had 4 turnovers today and 5 points. You can't do that. You can't, your points and turnovers can't be the same. I mean, that's Cole Anthony is going through a rough patch right now, for sure.
You know, I want to jump on here sometimes and be like, give the Bucks a little bit of grace because I think we're seeing this transition in the league right now the last year or two, really this year, where there's only a couple runaway teams and the league is so even now. Any team can step up and have a tremendous game, right? But we're not beating the teams that we should be beating. We're not playing good right now against anybody, bro. And that's there's no excuse for it. You know what I mean? And I don't know, you know, we can jump on here, bro, and talk smack about Bobby and Doc. What if what we have right now currently isn't fixable with what we have now currently?
So you think
moving players around? Okay. Now we got Green back on the bench where he belongs. Bro, he's still, even when you bring him in, I was hollering at the TV. I got sucked. I was like, you know what? I need to take a break from the heartache and not watch a game. But I was checking my phone, right? So beginning of third quarter, I'm like, fourth quarter, we back in it. Okay. Bro, I sat down, got sucked in. Sure enough, I start watching terrible shot selection, terrible coaching, terrible rebounding. Bro, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. It's I'm looking for the silver lining.
My silver lining is the play of Rollins and Kuzma. That's my silver lining. Rollins and Kuzma have been really shining during this season so far, and especially with Giannis out, I think they've both been playing really, really well, really well. But again, I still think I think if we had a different coach, I think our ceiling would be higher and more of our talent would be maximized. I still don't think Doc puts the right people together at the right time. I don't think he has a feel for the game and who should be in the game. That's my problem with Doc Rivers. He has no situational awareness. We have enough talent on this team to be competitive and be above 500. The problem is we're not executing at the right time, and we're undisciplined defensively, especially rebounding. The rebounding is absolutely annihilating us. Well, 1 second, James. I'm gonna let you in and give some retort. Hold on 1 second. Appreciate you, Dr. Smith, the $4.99 super chat. Also, what is going on with Cole and his lack of common sense when it comes to handling the ball? I'm in all caps for a reason. I just mentioned that. I just talked about Cole Anthony. 4 turnovers, 5 points. 4 turnovers, 5 points. Shout out to Dr. Smith. 4 turnovers, 5 points. How?
Tough.
I mean, at that point, I'm going to ask y'all a real question. I'm not trying to be funny. At that point, when you see a player struggling, why not just see what we can get from Mark Sears? Can it really be that much of a downgrade at that point when a player is struggling like this? Maybe he ignites the team. You never know until you try. This player has been struggling for the last couple games. Why not just try to insert someone else and see what happens? That's the whole point of having a roster. That's the stuff I'm talking about. He has no creativity. It's like he's sleepwalking out there. He's just sleepwalking. Pete Nance not playing right now is criminal. Pete Nance not playing is criminal right now. Him to get a D, he should be at least getting 10 minutes a game. There's no way he shouldn't be getting any playing time. Doc has to explain to me why Pete Nance isn't playing. How? How is Sears not seeing the floor at all? How? Come on, man.
Bro, I tried to look it up before I jumped on here. When you get some time, try to dig around. There's a video, a clip of Doc at the training facility with the ball, and he's talking to everybody, trying to coach them through some and it's hard to explain what I've seen, but on all the players' faces as they're watching Doc, I see complete disconnectedness. Like, I'm not seeing engagement. No, bro, listen, I'm not.
Come on, Jay. Go ahead, bro.
No, bro, listen. Do your Google ChatGPT search. I seen it on one of the sports channels where they show Doc coach trying to, right, during practice at the facility. And he was sitting there trying to tell him what to do and what not to do, bro. And I just seen him, everyone's standing there like a bunch of 8th graders at 2 minutes before it's time to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just no passion, no engagement. And I think it translates, bro, on the court. It translates in you can even have great plays, great play calling. Mm-hmm. But if the wrong person is sending a message, even with the right pieces, bro, I'm starting to get worried, bro, that this is I don't know how we fix it until Doc goes. And I'm not seeing from what I started with, I'm not seeing anything from anybody else saying, Doc, maybe it's time for Doc to leave. It's only in here. Right. Is it a Doc bash fest about him time to go? And that worries me, bro, because it makes me think Doc ain't going nowhere. And if Doc don't go nowhere, man, I don't care if KPJ is healthy and Giannis comes back. I still think we're in trouble with Doc at the helm, bro. Bottom line.
Yep.
This man was over there.
I agree with James. Remember, I came here last year on this platform and I said it, Doc, the biggest mistake we made was signing Doc to this team. That was the wrongest mistake of this team. You were supposed to never hire Doc. Nope.
Bro, a game like this hurts a little extra because I'm watching Nick Nurse over there and I'm thinking, man, we should have had right. I needed Nick Nurse on this side of the court.
And I want to give Nick, and look how Nick Nurse, how he utilizes his challenge effectively. You saw him engaging and coaching. I just don't see that from Doc. And I'm not trying to blame it on Doc. Doc can't rebound for this team. I want to be clear. I know that. Doc can't rebound for this team. Rebounding is definitely an issue. But our lack of discipline and offensive and defensive continuity is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know what to say. But again, like I said, I'm proud of this team just the way they fought today. Like, I thought they were going to lay down after that first quarter when Paul George was going crazy on Bobby Portis. He scored 11 on Bobby quick, Gibson. Fast. I'm talking about fast. It was like 5 minutes. He had 11 on Bobby. Was cooking Bobby. But then they settled down, got it together, fighting. But the rebounding killed us, though. I'm not going to lie. The rebounding. And a couple of bad calls down the stretch. I think if those calls go our way, we win this game. Those calls down the stretch, I think if those calls go our way, we win this game. I think those calls were huge. 2 Red Violin co-signing. James is right. The NBA posted it a few days ago. It was the preseason training camp video, and Doc wasn't coaching. It was Greg Buckner coaching. See, terrible.
Oh,
come on, man. Shout out to 2 Red. What up, Eliza? I see you in the chat. See, that's crazy.
Man, that's bad. That's very bad. Amber, I think it is time. Amber and James and everyone in the chat, I think it's time for the Bucks for a new coach. I think it's time for a change. We get rid of the players, but the coach didn't go. We need a new coach. We need
It don't matter what the players are if you don't have the right coach. It doesn't matter who the players are if you don't have the right coaching matters. In all sports, coaching matters. I've never seen a weak coach win a Super Bowl besides the Cowboys with Barry Switzer. That's the only time I've seen a nothing coach win a championship. Besides that, you have to have a quality coach to win a championship. As much as we talked to Bud is a much better coach. And I know Bud doesn't make adjustments, but at least he had a system, something the players could rely on and depend on to when things got tough, or that they can do traditionally. We don't have that now. We don't have any pet plays. We don't have an identity. What is our thing offensively? Who knows? What is our thing defensively? Who knows? That's the problem. That's the problem.
It's time for a new coach, Amber. It's time for a new coach. And how much more years do we have on this contract? Anyhow, with this
next year is the last year. And I'm also concerned about Sims, too. Jericho Sims got bad hands. His rebounding, he should be doing way more on the boards than he does. He should be doing way more on the boards than he does. Hold on one second. Tapping in Dr. Smith here. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me get this cracking.
At this stage, I'd rather see Pete Nance than Sims on the court.
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather see Pete Nance than Sims. I've been screaming for Pete Nance forever. Salute, Dr. Smith. What's good?
What's going on? What's going on? You see, I'm still on the road.
All right, yeah. You going hard. Hey, get your money, sir. I know what that's like.
I'm saying I'm going to be out here for a minute. What's up, chat?
What up? So what you think about today's game? I'm trying to look at the positive, how hard we fought when it could have got ugly early. Poor execution late, lack of rebounding, but...
That for me. So, I was content to just, drop my contribution to the collection.
Appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? But the major things that dropped out for me was, obviously my first comment. Cole Anthony is too good to be playing this stupid. It's not even this stupid basketball. It's just stupid basketball. There was a turnover, and I'm not he's a point guard who played in New York now. Right. Come on, man. Like, you can't even get on the court. That's if we don't produce anything else in this world, we produce point guards, right? And there was a point where he, with his non-dominant hand, tried to throw the ball right down the middle. There wasn't a Milwaukee Bucks player even in the paint. Who are you throwing the ball to that fast? Like, what are you doing right now? It's like a Brett Favre interception where you're throwing the ball completely to the other team, and there's no one even in, like, the field of vision. Come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? And he's very much in his head because he has one of those moments and then it just starts spiraling. Then he's bouncing the ball off of his foot. Then he can't do, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's having, like, goofball moments. But for me, the other thing was just lack of finish. So, and this could be a coaching thing. It probably is, right? So at the very end of regulation time, we had a foul to give, and no one stepped in to grab the foul until Tyrese Maxey had already started penetrating into the lane. And at that point, AJ Green's doing his bumper cars thing, and we sent him to the line, and he ties the game up, right? And the direct opposite is when the Sixers were in that same position, they knew to grab the ball handler before he turned and got downhill. So when they foul us,
wow,
to stop, And that's just putting people in a position where you're in the timeout and you're talking about situational awareness. We have a foul to give. You do not foul the three-point shooter, but the minute he starts his ascent into the paint, you grab him and you send the ball to a side out. We didn't. AJ Green goes to do this rather than hold up before he starts, and it's over, right? Well, at that point, it wasn't over. They tied the game.
But that was the momentum they needed.
But do you need okay, so as much as we're talking smack about Doc, do you really need a coach to tell 5 multi-million-dollar talented NBA players that we got a foul to give? Don't like.
You shouldn't.
Can we?
That's a good point.
I mean, you see what I'm saying, bro? Like at some point, man, there's time. Trust me, there's plenty for Doc, right? We got plenty for Doc, but man,
that's not entirely on AJ either, because AJ was the one who ended up with the foul. So first of all, like the minute Tyrese Maxey gets around that first play is supposed to foul him right then and there.
Correct.
Right? You know what I mean? That's where you have the foul to give. Once he's in the paint, anything that he even throws up that looks like it's a shot, they're going to send him to the line. But to that credit, hold on, Greece and Bahamas will start a protest.
What's up? Shout out to Greece. Shout out to my boy Fotis. Go ahead.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Kyle Kuzma in the fourth quarter, when he first came off the bench, was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He was good all game. He comes off in the fourth quarter. And I don't know if he had been sitting too long, but it took him too long to get back in the flow of the game. So he's just making mistake after mistake after mistake.
But he should have never been taken out of the game. He should have never been taken out of the game. He should have never been taken out.
So it was like those moments, like, you know, like just keeping your team together in those moments and letting them know what you're supposed to do in these situations were critical, right? Our inability to play defense without fouling when we don't want to foul, when we don't have fouls to give. That was in overtime, right? Somebody penetrated into the lane. We're still in the game. Bobby Portis can't play defense without fouling. He can't. His fouls would put them over the top.
Look at this right here. I want to read this comment 1 second, Dr. Smith. Jonathan Porter said, Grimes dribbled right to Bobby on purpose because he knew Bobby's defense was horrible. Facts.
Or he's going to foul.
Yep. Or he's going to foul. Facts.
He's going to foul, right?
That's great. That's IQ. That's IQ.
Oh,
so, you know what I mean? And to be honest, in that overtime, Kyle Kuzma wasn't that much better himself. Like the foul that he gave, completely flat-footed. Like it'll be like little stuff like that. So like when we are, to me, when we're down this many dynamic players, right? Mm-hmm. It's the little stuff. It's the little stuff, right? I was just like James, where, you know, we were looking like completely blown out of the water. So it was looking like one of those routines where I just put the TV on mute. I was doing other things and whatnot, and then I look and we're getting back in the game. And it's like the disease of hope, right? Because they pulled me back into the game. And then I'm looking at Gary Trent completely just, who are you right now?
Yep. He's at least at double figures. I try to give him a little credit. He at least had 11 points. It's better than he's been doing.
You give him more credit than we are, bro.
He had a couple. All right, so there were some moments like when we needed a stop that he was involved. So one of the things that I saw that I did like.
I just want to say something before you say that, Dr. Smith. That Gary Trent Jr. shooting 39% from the field, averaging 10 points a game. That's not good. 39% that's bad. That's bad. Carry on.
Yeah. So I'm reading a comment here. Situational coaching matters. That I feel like is what hurt us. It's situational coaching.
Okay.
Like the moments, they're just like key moments in that game where guys did not know what to do. You know, just didn't know what to do. And that part hurt. That part hurt. It is, you know, it hurt to watch Miles Turner shoot a three that should have won the game.
Right.
And then us go right back to being Bucks and not being able to finish. Not being able to finish. It was just one play later that they just completely wiped his three out. Because we did not have the situational awareness. We did. You know what I mean? It's so...
You know what else? So
hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me just get these 2 super chats. Hold on 1 second. Eliza, what's good? Appreciate the $5 super chat. Bucks played hesitate to take initiative. It's a bystander effect. Look that up because Giannis' dominance makes them rely on him to fix everything. I feel you on that, Eliza, but I would like to say I think Ryan Rollins is taking initiative. He's getting his money. I want to say that. I think Ryan Rollins has showed us, even when KPJ come back, I don't think Ryan Rollins should take a back seat. I'm going to say that right now, ahead of time. I'm going to say that. And then King Kwame, appreciate the $1.99 super chat. Bucks need to hire a dribbling or skills coach. Agreed. The basics.
Oh, boy.
On you, Dr. Smith. Then we'll spin the block. On you, Dr. Smith.
Well, to what Eliza was saying, it's how the team is built. The team is built, and we've known this, right? So the team is built with specialists. So you have very few dynamic players. 2 of the 3 that we have are out, right?
True.
So you have Giannis is out, he initiates play. Kevin Porter Jr. is out, he initiates play. We're down to Ryan Rollins. We're supposed to have Cole Anthony, but Cole Anthony is throwing... I don't know what Cole Anthony's doing now.
How about this? Gary Harris has been playing well the last few games. Why did he get no run? Why wasn't Gary Harris getting run like that? I felt like he could have played more than 20 minutes. I think he should have been more aggressive. 3 points from him. Why did you only take 1 shot?
So like I said, it's just like those situational moments down the late stretch of the game. I agree with you at this point, right? If Cole Anthony is going to continue to make mistakes like this and be this reckless with the ball, and I know that you can play better, and you are refusing to rein it in, like it's the degree of difficulty that you're putting on simple plays. You're making simple plays so much harder than they have to be, and they turn into turnovers. Then I don't care if people view Mark Sears as a G Leaguer. Cole Anthony is playing like a G Leaguer at that point. That's because that's what G Leaguers do. What are you doing, man? The game is simpler than you're making it. And I do want to see what you can give us. If this is what Cole Anthony is going to do, yes, I think Cole Anthony is levels above Mark Sears when he's playing right. And in his defense, in the very beginning of the season, he was playing good. So I don't want to sound like I'm just completely forgetting about that point. I liked to see Cole Anthony on the court with Ryan Rollins, but that Cole Anthony and this Cole Anthony ain't the same Cole Anthony. And him and Gary Trent need to start carpooling to work.
Let's keep it real. They're hurting us too. I know we talking about Doc, but the underperformance of Gary Trent Jr. and the aforementioned Sims, Cole Anthony, is hurting us. Especially Cole Anthony. We thought he was going to be the person to kind of help us and stabilize us, especially the second unit. He's hurting us. Gary Trent underperforming, hurting us.
They need to start carpooling together to work. Man, motivational tapes or something.
See, they saying play Baby Brunson. They saying play Baby Brunson in the chat. They want to see Sear. I mean, how much worse can it be at this point? That man had 5 points and 4 turnovers. I mean, what are we doing?
Bro, is there any – I was just thinking about something. Is there any correlation to when we first started the season, we were super high on Anthony. And then a couple games in, we're like, oh, snap. Look at Rollins out of nowhere. And it's like almost at that point when Rollins stepped up and started dominating, Cole Anthony's game went to trash. Think about it. Weren't you all like, I was like, oh, man, look at Ryan's game 2, game 3, or game 3, game 4. He started stepping up. It was Cole, the first couple of games, we were all on here talking about Cole Anthony.
Cole Anthony was playing well early. He was playing well early.
And then it switched. Is man, I don't. And maybe it's nothing. Hey, something else real quick. I was thinking. So Miles Turner hit that 3, right? And then, they went down, scored 2. We're tied. 7 seconds left. We inbound the court, half court. They call a timeout with, or no, they foul us, so we end up with like 4 seconds left. We ran the exact same play. If you watch this, they ran the same play at 7 seconds, and they ran the same play again at 4 seconds. And our play, so again, I'm not a coach. I'm not an NBA coach. In my head, I'm thinking like, bro, we shoot 60-some% from the free throw line. We can drive the ball and get fouled and just put 1 point on the damn board.
Yes.
And Rollins shot a 90-foot 3-pointer, bro, from fading away. That was our shot. More, I was pissed off, bro. That was the shot we took with the game online. Kuzma is known to take it to the rack, right? We got Rollins to the rack. Somebody take it to the rack and get fouled. I don't care if you miss it. And then can we make one free throw and get out of there with the W? Our shot was, bro, they weren't sweating us that hard on D where we couldn't take the ball to the paint. Now, to me, that's a Doc. That's Doc all day, because I would love to see what his little Etch-a-Sketch said for a play. What the play call was on that.
Etch-a-Sketch is hilarious. Right. That was a good breakdown. Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good breakdown. Your thoughts, Dr. Smith, that we gonna get to Gibson. What's your thoughts on that, Doc?
The nail on the head, because that was I didn't think of it in this conversation, but I definitely thought that at the play when I was that can't have been the design play of falling away, fade away 3. That can't have been the play. But
he didn't even have the muscle to get it there. It fell short. He couldn't throw it. He used his shoulder and couldn't get it there.
Yeah, it's out of gas, and he barely got around the screen. So to me, you set the screen and you immediately get downhill. Set the screen and get downhill, and shoot your mid-range shot, because on his mid-range shots, look, I'm gonna say something that sounds crazy. Just walk with me for a second, because he's not nearly this good, obviously, right? But Ryan Rollins at times has fulfilled on offense a very similar role that Chris did when he was here, with his pacing and his mid-range shot. That is the strength of what you do right now. Get to that more often. The minute you get around the screen, get downhill to get to that mid-range area, because your timing is very good. I was upset with that, but I'm not gonna, because that's exactly the kind of stuff that I expect a young player to do, right? You know what I mean? Is to completely go off the rails. Because as much as we get on Doc, I guarantee you that wasn't his
what
call.
He wanted. Play. Yeah, I agree.
I guarantee you, and they just completely botched it. I see someone saying that Mark Sears can't be the answer. He's too small. Cole Anthony's not that big.
Right. Either. I agree.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. Ultimately, I don't. If our problem is rebounding, then putting another guy who's shorter than me on the court is probably not going to help. But we're saying him because that's how bad Cole Anthony is playing. That's why we're bringing him up. It's to emphasize how bad Cole Anthony is playing right now, when I know that he can play better, when he has played better. This early part of the season, we were saying he and Rollins on the court coming off the bench, right? That was the original plan, right? Rollins was coming off the bench at the time. That was the idea. Rollins can't go back to the bench now. But in the beginning, right, it was supposed to be Rollins and Cole Anthony coming off the bench. And he was playing good, and I liked him, and they were jumping in the passing lanes, and they had good energy off of one another. I'm not going into panic mode about Cole Anthony, but he's definitely in the patch, and I don't know what's going on, and it's coming at a bad time because he's one of the few guys who
can penetrate,
occupies a position that we're short on right now. No Giannis, no KPJ. We're down to 2 dynamic players because the rest of the team is a bunch of
specialists.
That's right, field goal kickers and Bobby Porters, and I don't right, and it's making it clunky. You know what I mean? Like in the very beginning of this game, we could not get out of the starting blocks at all. And I was like, man, if the next 10 games is going to look like this, then I'm going to have to find something to do all the time. It's just going to be strictly studying. I have the game on in the background just to say that I'm a fan or whatever, but this is horrible. Because we couldn't get anything going. And eventually, thankfully, we did.
We got to raise the IQ on this team too. Like you said, I know we blame Doc, but their need, and James, to you as well. I do think this team, as far as the players themselves, need to raise their IQ and awareness. Sometimes it's shocking to see the mental mistakes that this team makes. But I do think a lot of that should be addressed during practicing. I would love to see what an actual Bucks practice, like the whole thing from beginning to end, actually looks like. Because I think a lot of the mistakes that we make should be addressed and corrected in practice. That's the whole point of practice, is to make your mistakes in practice so you don't make it in the game. We're making the same mistakes in every game. So what are you doing in practice? That's my. It's just. So many, there's the Doc variable, the player IQ variable. Then you can even say a talent variable. It's like so much going on, man. So much.
It's very similar to the Packers, right?
Right.
So the Packers lose Tucker Kraft, who is like a high-level skilled position player, right? Once upon a time, we had Luke Musgrave, who was a tight end, who was once upon a time above Tucker Kraft on the depth chart, right? He was supposed to be that guy. Tucker Kraft overtakes him by a mile, right? Luke Musgrave goes into his, I don't know if he goes into a funk because of that. So when Tucker Kraft gets hurt, Luke Musgrave gets the opportunity to prove to the people that I can still play. And this dude is out there getting blasted. He's dropping balls. He's hearing footsteps and whatnot. And to me, it's very similar to what I'm seeing from Cole Anthony these last couple of games. Like, you know what I mean? Him coming around a screen and throwing a pass to absolutely no one in his offhand, that almost got me a noise complaint, right? Because we cannot afford to make those types of mistakes. Well, it's bad enough that when it comes to skill, 90% of the teams right now are going to have it on us when we play them. If we're going to beat them, we have to play mistake-free basketball. So why is that even in your wheelhouse to do?
Can I say something, Dr. Smith, to your point with the turnovers, right? We both have 14 turnovers. We gave up 16 points off of they gave up 16 points off of 14 turnovers. We gave up 25 off of 14 turnovers. That's a big difference. 9 points is huge in this game off of turnovers. 14 for 25, 14 to 16, that makes a difference.
Hey, can you see what second chance points was?
No, they don't have that stat on here. Not second chance points. They just got offensive rebounds and all of that.
Because someone else just made a comment too. I agree. If we could have just, all this is cool. If we can just crash the boards, all this stuff is solved.
Is it that simple, y'all? Is it that simple?
It's not, bro. I mean, that doesn't fix the stuff that we're talking about that needs to be fixed. But we can still win this game. Bro, we couldn't come up with 6, 7, 8 points. I know the game got away from us garbage time, right, the last minute. But, bro, again, how many times I see us take a shot, and it's 4 of their players. They're not even fast breaking for their own points. They're on our side, catching our rebound that we should be getting. What are we doing down there? Like, they weren't even in the camera shot, bro.
They're running back. As soon as the ball's up, they're already running back.
I can't count how many times that happened. And I'm like, bro.
Us not crashing for offense. Well, so we had talked about that a couple lives ago, like the rebounding thing. There's just like, forgive me if I sound like a chauvinist saying this, but there's like a manhood thing happening when it comes to rebounds. Like, go in there.
Because that's an effort.
And command your space, man. I'm tired of seeing our biggest guys have smaller, little Bumblebee Junior dudes just boxing them out and keeping them boxed out. So now our biggest guys are supposedly our strongest guys are jumping around people, doing all kind of contortions to try and get the rebound. Man, throw one of these little dudes out of the way. I don't just move them out of the way and keep them out of the way. And our rebounding is absolute trash. We are dog water when it comes to
we're
rebounding.
one of the worst teams in the NBA.
I was gonna say it's probably out of all the stuff we're talking about, it's probably the worst thing on our team right now is the rebounding.
Absolutely,
right?
it is.
We can talk IQ and coaching and all the, bro. Our rebounding is trash, and to be honest, it only takes a couple more, right? 4, 5, 6 extra boards that we can turn into points or keep them from getting second chance points that put 6, 7, 8, 9 more games in the win column at the end of the year. And that's huge, bro.
That's fair.
Well, consider the game against Charlotte. That's what happened.
Right.
Yep. Their first shot against Charlotte when we lost, I absolutely lost it. I had to take a walk around the park, right? But when we played Charlotte, their first shot was like a brick, like 90% of the time. But then there was that dude who was on the G League on any other team. But he was going in there and getting a rebound over and over and over, and no one boxed this dude out ever. No one boxed this dude out ever. At the very end of this game, with all of the mistakes that we made, the game was still
winnable.
It was a winnable game or whatnot. But I think someone went to the free throw. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Tyrese Maxey.
Quentin Grimes.
What is that? Grimes. He goes and he misses one of those shots, and we cannot secure the rebound. And it's just that kind of stuff that's just like, come on, man.
It's heartbreaking, some of these offenses, because they reload, then they hit a three. They'll reload and hit a three every time, almost reload, hit a three. Yeah, the rebounding definitely is an issue. Seriously,
if you have to, as a coach, right? You have to look, and it's hard to fix everything at once,
right?
But with where we're at, what's the one thing, if we fixed it, would take a lot of pressure off all the other areas of the game? Rebounding, bro.
Rebounding.
It not only changes the score, puts some W's on the board, bro, it changes the chemistry. You start getting cocky. You start right? You just talking about there's this feminine, like we're getting bullied by little kids on the court.
Yeah, soft. Yeah, right? Eliza said it. Shout out to Eliza. She's like, we saw.
Hey, that's emasculated. I'm not even on the court. I feel emasculated watching these fools get bully balled. It's for real, bro.
Right, no, it's crazy.
I said it in the other chat that that's one of the things that I said about Bobby Porter. It's not for nothing, man. But if you're gonna be like our big man, you need to put on some extra weight in the weight room or something. Like I said, put some more weights on the bench and do some squats or something, because two guards shouldn't be coming and just pushing you out of the way.
Just moving you. No resistance. No
and you
base.
Supposed to be a big man. Like, come on, man. Like not. So you saw like Andre Drummond just like get out the way. Like his problem tonight was that he was out of control. And so he kept getting sent to the bench because he was fouling. But if he wanted to play within control, we would have never got a rebound over that dude. Never. Because who was going to get it? Miles Turner, who has to jump around people and around the backboard and around it and around the ref and try to go gadget with his arms to get a rebound. Bobby Portis, who gets boxed out and can barely jump off the ground. He's got 8-pound weights on each foot, so he can't get up off the ground. Like, who's going to get a rebound around that guy? Thank goodness Andre Drummond is not.
He's styling. He's styling, y'all.
Right? But who do we have next? Is it the Pistons?
Yeah, the Pistons.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
So consider that for a second. Right now, that we are weak when it comes to reboundings, and we got Beef Stew. That's what they call him, right? Beef Stew.
Mm-hmm.
And that other dude who's stronger than him. Do we get a rebound at all in that game? I'm wondering. We might come out of that game with 3 rebounds. That is going to be 3 rebounds. That's going to be
They like the Rockets of the East as far as with the rebounder. They like the Rockets of the East.
Yeah, man. Look. Guys, team, Bucks. We get a rebound. We are still in that game. But I'm tired of seeing guys like just looking and watching and waiting for the ball
to come right to him. You have to attack the ball. Just like they say in football, you're a receiver. Don't wait for the ball to come to you. Go get the ball. You have to go get it. What's wrong with y'all? Yeah, man.
Hey, could some of this still okay? So I don't want to take it off the players, but I'm a big fan of in leadership. It starts at the top, right? So, and Amara, we talked about this for a big chunk of last year at the gym about these guys not playing for Doc. It don't matter what Doc calls. You have to have players that will die on the court for your coach. Like you will do what you need to do because you don't want to take that walk back to the bench knowing you just did what you did.
Right.
I don't sense none of that. There's no shame in your game. There's no you're not embarrassed by how you're playing.
No accountability.
None, bro. So you should have at least 2-3 players on the court at all times that would rip another dude's out. Look, I'll take the fouls if we're being over aggressive than to act like a bunch of sissies on the court getting rolled over. And don't think that this far in, other teams ain't watching game film on how weak we are on the boards.
Right.
We're turning our weakness into a strategy for other teams to beat us.
Wow.
Facts. 100%.
I know we ain't watching film saying, man, look how crazy these fools do not rebound. Let's go rebound against us. I promise you, part of their game plan is watching film and how trash our rebounding is. And look what happens. Bro, could you check this? Someone said we got 3 offensive rebounds the whole game. Is that true?
Yeah. Yes.
Bro, they had 3. Listen, they had 1. How many times did they get 3 offensive rebounds on their own shot? We got 3 the whole game.
11-3 offensive rebounds.
Broken. Look up broken in the dictionary. It's gonna have Bucks rebounded next to it. Broken.
That's 3. 3
offensive rebounds.
But I want to say this though: it was 2 in the regulation and 1 in overtime.
You just made it worse.
I just wanted to tell the truth and what really happened.
So really, 2. So 2.
2. Yeah.
Man.
A game that wasn't even supposed to go to overtime if we know how to finish the game after Miles Turner hits the 3. But no one understands what we're supposed to do. How do you not know that? Like that I'm really, the more I think about that, the more I'm getting real like angry when it comes to that kind of stuff. Because to me, it's almost like special teams in football. Like, how do you not know how to not get penalized on a play? Like, if you watch like the Packers sometimes and our inability to not get a flag every time we kick the ball off, like there's a flag every single time. There's a flag every single time because we don't know what to do. How do you not, in this game as it pertains to this, how do you not know that you have a foul to give and when to give it? Like, that's college level stuff, man. That's college basketball stuff. No, to your point, James, you shouldn't have to be reminded of that. But just in case, right, before people leave this huddle, I want everyone to nod and repeat back to me. Situationally, when are we giving that foul? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say it back to me. Repeat it back to me, or I'm going to get a tech for calling another timeout immediately after we call this one, just to make sure that you guys know what it is you're supposed to be doing. And we didn't know what we were supposed to be doing. Miles Turner's 3 should have won that game.
I agree. Preaching. But before it get too late, let's get, Barack Bahamas, get your last words. We're going to tap in Mr. Cool here on you, sir.
Well, Amber, what Mule, Mr. Smith, and Dr. James have said, this team have to take a reconsideration and look themselves in the mirror and ask themselves, what are we doing as a collective unit? And also the coach need to take accountability with his staff to find out why is it this team only collecting 3 rebounds? It doesn't make sense. And in the practice, in the halftime, in the locker room, what are they reviewing? What are they talking about? It looked like they ain't talking about nothing, because if you take a halftime and go in the locker room, James and Mr. Smith, you're supposed to say, okay, Bobby, I know you have the monitor on the wall. What is this? This needs to be fixed. You're supposed to be holding players accountable. You're supposed to be held accountable for your mistakes on the court. If you're not playing the way you're supposed to play, you're supposed to be benched and bring in someone else who can play to the expectation to help us win the game. So it ain't looking right now. So they need to get it together, like what James says. A lot of teams is watching the Bucks, how we play, and when they play us, they don't know our formula to beat us. Because why? We do not rebound. The team do not rebound, so they can use that strategy against us to beat us. And if you, what he said earlier of Isaiah Stewart and Jalen Duran, what is going to play physical with those guys, because why? They do not rebound. We ain't rebounding. So
and they feel that we soft, and they feel that, and those are dudes gonna show. They gonna show if we're soft, they gonna take advantage 100%.
So Amber, it ain't looking good. So if we continue to lose like this, well, you know, my parade is all ready for Doc Rivers to be and then to start clearing with his office. And don't even wait till next year come. They need to start marching him out of this organization and bring in someone. Please, when you're doing a rehire again, do not go pick up any and anybody. Take your time and do a proper due diligence. A coach would come and bring in an identity would establish the fundamental this team has needed. Remember, this ain't looking good. To go again in this playoff again next year 4 times in a row, they might as well just destroy the whole team and blow it up because it's bad. It is bad. Their teams is making the Bucks look like trash, which it don't make sense. A lot of people saying that we didn't supposed to win that championship in 2021, but we're not playing like it. We ain't playing like we want to win more. We playing like we just don't care. We on the court. Have some pride, players. Have some shame. You gotta win.
Some shame, right?
You getting paid big bucks, Amber. You ain't getting paid big bucks just to sit down, not rebound. You getting paid. People watching. Go there and do your job. Perform. Rebound, man. If you gotta push a little guy out of the way, I will do that. I'm grabbing that rebound. I need that win. We could win tonight, but that's how it goes.
Appreciate you, Gibson.
No problem, man. Salute to Mr. Smith. Salute to James. Pleasure meeting you. I'll be back in the building.
All right, yeah. Salute to Gibson. All right, Gibson.
Be back.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Salute, Gibson. Shout out to Gibson. We tap in Mr. Cool here. Hold on 1 second. I know Mr. Cool. Hey, we're going to start with you, Mr. Cool. Go ahead. How you feeling, Mr. Cool?
Not good. So I'll try to be as nice as I can, but I'm not feeling good about this game because this was a winnable game and we should have won this game. And that's the frustration. You're not going to get too many games right now with Giannis being out that we can say we should have won. This one was a winnable game. We let this slip away from us. And I'm sorry, I'm targeting one player. I've been targeting him in the chat, and I'm going to stay on him, and that's Cole Anthony. I don't know what's happened. But he is no longer the player he was those 2 back-to-back games where he looked like he could just be a star for us. Mm-hmm. Something has happened. And I said it. I'm not joking. Maybe they should drug test this dude. Something has happened. Because he is not the same player at all. His decision-making is insane. Shot selection, insane. Turnovers, insane. We're not going to win if my backup point guard is this bad. Rollins can't play the whole game.
Right.
And then because you can't give us quality minutes, Rollins has to play longer and harder because of the stupid way you're playing. Your freaking dad was an NBA player. And you're playing like this?
Ooh, that's true. Low IQ. Very low IQ basketball.
The Orlando Magic dumped him, and Memphis dumped him as soon as they got him. So that was red flags. Now I look back at that. Why did nobody want this guy? Nobody wanted him. And we end up taking him, and now I'm beginning to see why. So I don't know how he played well those 2 games he played, but there were 2 games he was absolutely outstanding. But for him to do what he did then, and now every game playing this bad, it's killing us. Because really, you're talking about a 1-possession game here.
Right.
1 possession, we win. 1 good quality possession down the stretch, and we win the game. And you guys are so right about the last shot that Rollins took. What the hell, man? Why are you shooting that? Drive to the attack. Because you might get a foul or anything.
Right.
Attack the rim. You turn the ball over, attacking. I'll live with that with 4 seconds to go in the game. But to stay out there and shoot some crazy fadeaway, and listen, I love the way Rollins is playing. Don't get me wrong. But that's another coaching decision. You don't have these guys prepared to know what to do in big moments. It's just
That's
too
a
often
great
they have
point.
to create on their own.
That's a great point. No, that's a great point. I wanted to emphasize that we never look prepared down the stretch. I know Giannis hit some game winners, but it never looks like we're running anything to get somebody an easy shot down the stretch. I definitely see that on you, Mr. Cool. No, I agree with you.
We have too many guys that can shoot threes. We work so hard just to get them an open look. So hard if we ever get on an open look. You know, and that just shouldn't be the case. And that goes back to coaching. But I've reserved to the fact that we're not going to get rid of Doc. They're not going to eat that salary. And we're stuck with this dude. And it's a shame. It's a shame because we got a pretty good team. And we would, if we had the right coach, we would be playing better even without Giannis on the floor. Okay? We played well enough to win today. We played well enough to win. But if he's not going to give you any help, and I've said this many times in the chat, we could have all our coaches just go to the locker room and we're still going to be the same team. What good are they? How are they helping us?
Facts.
What are they designing? What are they designing to help make our team play during a timeout, give us one possession, one way we should close the game out, how to play? We get none of that. We got these guys over there. I don't know what all the guys are doing. Maybe he don't let them have a lot to say. I don't know what Doc's doing. But I do know that Dave Yeager is a hell of a coach. I really believe in him. But he's the first assistant, but it doesn't look like he has no say.
I agree. I never see him say anything.
That's right. And so as far as I'm concerned, I'd fire Doc today and let him take over the team. If it was up to me. He's a better coach than Doc is. The guy's got a good reputation. He did a really good job at Memphis as a head coach. And we got him sitting there and he's not having anything to say, like you said. Nothing. So I'm just frustrated because this is a winnable game. We can't let these games slip like this.
Too many
we got to win these games.
Not executing down the stretch. Yeah, not executing down the stretch.
Hey, is all of Doc's money guaranteed?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, $10 million this year, $10 million next year.
Like if you watch other coaches, especially when it gets close down the stretch, they are really up and strategizing, doing things, calling their players, setting players what they need to go, what they need to do. He don't do none of that. He's standing with his arms folded, just looking, shaking his head. Maybe he might argue with the ref about a call. Come on, man, you got to do better. You just got to do better as a coach. But like I said, I've resolved to the fact that he ain't gonna do better. We're stuck with him. We got to try to win in spite of him.
Right, facts.
And that's not easy. And that's not easy because you count on your coaches to give you some assistance, some guidance, some direction. And I just don't see it. I just don't see it. We got too many good three-point shooters for them to struggle ever to get a clean look. Constantly have to struggle to get clean looks at the game, especially in the first quarter, second quarter. You know, we played better in the second quarter off of instincts, not off of any coaching.
Facts. Pride. That was pride. They bit down. That's what this team does. They will bite down. We'll make our mistakes, but we're going to fight to the bitter end. And I respect that with this group of guys. If we had a real leader, he could really get something out of these guys because they do try really hard. They just don't have any guidance. They just don't have any guidance.
And you guys are talking about rebounding 100% correct. But you know what? There are drills you can practice with to get your team more conscious on that. I don't believe he does them. He probably thinks it'll happen magically, just organically. We'll just start rebounding, but it's not. Because they have to have an awareness when the shot goes up, square up, box out, and be prepared to run to the ball. And they just don't do that. Our guys are standing, looking. Go ahead, Doc.
No, you were hitting the nail on the head. It's a certain level of violence that these guys are not playing with. You have to violently go after the ball. That's my ball. And if somebody else goes up and grabs the ball before you, that's someone coming in your house and taking food out of your kitchen, essentially. Right. They're coming in taking food out of your kitchen. Violently go up and get the ball. We just sit there and, like what Amber was saying, we're a bunch of wide receivers who catch with our pads. You don't go and get the ball, you hope the ball comes to you. You don't go and get the girl, you hope the girl comes to you. Go and get what it is that you want. Aggressively. Go after it. You just waiting. Right. And then mad when the ball goes to somebody else. We're dead ass. You play one of the most violent basketball teams in the league your next game if it's the Pistons.
Yeah.
And they are going to make fools out of y'all when it comes to this very thing that we're talking about. And it never feels good to lose, right? It doesn't feel good to lose when it comes to lack of IQ, which I think contributed. But if we lose because of that, if we lose because these guys are little boying us the entire game, that'll be the first game that I turn off in a while. Now, I've sat there and I watched the team go through all of our mistakes, but I'm a fan, so I'm going to sit there for the full 48. But if I see us getting big boyed up and down the court, I can't abide by that. And I see that happening if we don't change it. It's a certain level of violence that we're not playing with. A certain level of physicality. We just sit there and when it comes to
I think this is the word you're looking for, passive. We're passive.
Yeah, just go after the. There's another point that I saw real quick. Like I saw someone in the comments, KC dude, saying that it's a bad point because we were talking about the shot selection at the very end of the game. And with respect, he was saying it's a bad, or someone, I don't know who this is, right? Oh. But salute to you. He was saying it's a bad point because if he would have made the shot, we would have been praising him. Here's what I feel about that, right? Well, you heard me on the chat before. Certain plays or some of the points that I've made have talked about making the right play, right? Even when Giannis hit the game winner the other night, in my opinion, of all the shots for him to take, right? Some of these moments that Giannis has had, that's not a good shot. It went in, like you know what I mean. Like a couple years ago, not a couple years ago, last year for the Packers, when Jordan Love threw that ball to Jaden Reed, who was in triple coverage,
right, and it just dropped,
and whatnot against the and he caught the ball. Everyone was screaming, right? But if you know football, you know good and well you weren't supposed to throw that ball.
That pass, right?
And you have to be a savvy fan to be able to spot that when it happens. That just because it worked for us in this particular situation doesn't mean that it's the right play. Because I guarantee you, the next time you're going to be encouraged to do that dumb stuff. And it's going to come back to bite us in the behind. I said that on this live. So I stand on my points, right? I've said Giannis, he's an amazing basketball player, right? Plays with the level of violence that we are absolutely missing right now. The number one thing that we're missing right now is what he has in spades, right? Is the will to go out and get it in those critical moments, right? But there was an end of the game play where Giannis has the ball and his go-to shot is a spinning fadeaway.
Right.
Is that the shot, Giannis? That's a terrible shot, right? And so for you, that's for Kevin Durant, that's a shot, right? Now for you, that's not a shot. Right. That's not your shot.
That's a fact.
So to me, I think it hits on the point that I think we were trying to make before, is that in these end of the game moments, are we calling plays to the strengths of our players? I do think that Ryan Rollins has some serious mid-range game to him. He is not an identical player to Chris Middleton, obviously. No. But I think one of the strengths of his game is his ability to pace properly and get to that mid-range area.
And create space. And he's good at creating space for himself to get a good shot. If you look, he always gets a good, clean shot. So I like how he can create space for himself. And he's efficient.
Right.
He's efficient. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to keep it real. No disrespect to Giannis. If I'm the Bucks, I'm running action for Ryan Rollins down the stretch for a big shot, respectfully.
Or to me, I'm resurrecting the Chris Middleton Giannis pick and roll. You know what I mean? Because I think you have the timing for that.
He's not a good passer. He's Rollins is not the best passer to me. That's the problem with Rollins. He's a combo guard. He can create. He can pass, but he's not a passer. He's had Giannis. One lob this whole year. You got Giannis. He's completed one lob all year.
I would have Giannis with the ball, drawing 2-3 people in to give Rollins that space he needs.
Right. I would say Giannis initiates the pick and roll.
100%.
That's how I say it would have to work. Giannis would have to initiate it, I think. But it may be. We'll see. But I think Rollins can do it. He can do it. I believe in Rollins. I'm not going to even hold you. I just believe in Rollins. He showed me enough. And he showed me, too, under pressure, he can make the right decision. Usually. Besides that hero ball today, and he's young, I think he wanted to be a hero. I'm going to keep it real. I think that wasn't the play that was drawn up. He wanted to be a hero today. He was hot.
Bro, I don't think
a hero.
Ball, I don't think that last play, the ball even hit the paint. It was bouncing around the outside until there wasn't no time left.
He wanted his Dame moment. He wanted his Dame moment at home. He wanted his Dame moment. It happens. Look at Don Smith. He ain't trying to hear none of that. He's not trying to hear none of that.
I'll forgive it for him because he is still, like I said, young.
Yeah.
Right? Like the league is just finding out what his name is. Like, you know what I mean? And so those are the things that I expect from him. It wasn't the right play. No, bottom line, it wasn't the right play. But I expect the right play I expect more of those mistakes from him. I do think that you can work if he's shown that he can improve, right? Because I think that he is still a candidate for most improved player in this
100%.
game. Right? Then I think you can work on his ability to get that going. Because once upon a time, I'm not going to say it's an unstoppable play that we had with Chris and Giannis running the pick and roll, but it was very effective. We got a lot of points out of that when we needed to. It was like a guaranteed half-court set offensive play that we could go to, and that's what we're missing. I mean, the whole first part of this game, we could not find offense at all in our half-court sets, and it was like brutal. We had nothing for these guys, and yes, once the game started getting up and down, we were able to initiate more, but it cannot just be fast break basketball all the time. We can't.
No,
right? We're never going to last. First, that's not even realistic, right? That no basketball game is like that, So we have to have something that's a little bit more reliable in the half-court set. I think it'll come. Can
I give y'all some stats real quick on my boy Ryan Rollins real quick? Let me just give y'all some numbers. 15 games played, 30 minutes a game, 51% from the field, 46% from three, 77% from the line, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2.5 turnovers, 17.4 points. That dude is hooping.
That's for sure.
He's hooping. He is hooping.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like you keep watering that plant, right? Yeah. And even if he's not necessarily showing proficiency for something right now, I do believe that he has the aptitude to get it if you work on it. There's certain players that I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't like certain people I think have gone as far as they're gonna go with it. I don't. Bobby Portis is not getting any better. That's it, right? You know what I mean? So he's reached his peak. There are going to be certain situations that you can expect for him to shine, and there are going to be other situations where he can't. He's not getting any better. I do think that AJ Green is getting better. I think he has a lot of work to do. The next thing that I would like to see him doing is working on his ability to create his own shot more. I want him to be more than just a catch and shoot guy. And to his credit, you're seeing certain stuff that he's doing that I do like. I like that little pump fake that he does. Right. It gets everybody. It gets everybody because they're so terrified of his shot.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I see them working on it, and I do think that a lot of our half-court offense will come back with Kevin Porter Jr. coming back in the game, and it kind of puts people back in their right positions. But until then, those dudes are not coming through the door. Giannis is not coming through the door, right? There has to be a manhood thing at this point, man.
I agree.
Right? Giannis is not going to hop up off that bench and get rebounds for you guys. So some of this stuff isn't like super complex or IQ. Some of this stuff is see ball, get ball. See ball, get ball.
It's effort. Let's be real. It's effort. You got to make effort to get rebounds. Dennis Rodman talks about it. All the great rebounders talk about it. Rebounding is effort. A lot of it is just pure effort and determination, and our players don't got it. They don't, at least not yet. Maybe they can develop it. Maybe, like you said, do some drills, but they just don't have it. I do want to mention something about AJ Green too. AJ Green is taking the most threes he's taken since he's been a Buck, which is 6.5 a game. He's hitting 3.1, so he's shooting 47% from three. So he's pretty much damn near shooting 50%. We need to have plays just run for this man. Regardless of his ineffectiveness defensively and all of that stuff, he is a walking bucket from three almost. He needs to have action run for him. Special plays just for him, because if he gets going from three, he can carry us through certain stretches of the game. I've seen it. When he hit one or two, then he'll just start going. When you have somebody like that can be instant offense, you have to run plays for him to get him open. Those are the problems I have with Doc Rivers. You have somebody that, okay, he's a specialist, but he's really a specialist. Like, he can really get it done. Why aren't you using plays to bring the most out of that ability? You know Kuzma's a slasher. Why aren't you doing more pick and rolls for Kuzma to be able to take it to the basket? He's putting pressure on the rim. That's one thing Kuzma can do, regardless of all the other nonsense. Kuzma can put pressure on the rim. Why are you not taking advantage of his size and speed and creativity, taking it to the rim? Why does all this other stuff have to happen? That's all I'm saying, Doc. You too old not to be able to see what's in front of you. You too old for that. That's why I be holding Doc accountable, because you see what's going on and you know what you should be doing and you not doing it. You just not doing it. I'm just. What are we doing?
Because Doc believes in this read and react. He loves that. Well, he always says that stuff. Players got to learn to just read and react. No, you still have to coach them too, dummy. You still got to coach them to put them in position to be successful.
What?
You can't just expect them to just read and react constantly. You have to have some set things that they can do, especially in certain situations, so they can be effective and have an impact.
Right.
You just don't, they got to learn to just read and react. No, that's not all there is to the game. Yeah, sometimes that is a good way to play, but you can't have the entire game played that way. And one of the things with AJ Green's got, they got to have to work on teaching him not only, you're right, Doc Smith, to do some things off the dribble, a little more dribble driving, pull-ups, but also just even deeper range, because they're right up on him now, and he would help space our offense even that much more. And I think he could hit deeper shots, and I don't want him to run from that. So I would space. Because look at the kid from Boston, the guard. I can't think of his name right now.
Pritchard
will shoot those things deep. They got him way back there shooting them. So sometimes you may have to just make that adjustment, because he's not always able to, beat you off the dribble right now. That's just not a part of the game yet.
I'm not mad at that. That's a great point. Just to try to work on extending his range at this point. That's a good point.
Yeah. And that helped Middleton too, because Middleton used to only could shoot right at the three, and he finally started moving him back a little bit. So.
Let me go get last words. We're going to go to James, then we're going to go to you, Dr. Smith. Go ahead, James.
So two things. We just talking about Portis not only not getting any better, but maybe even regressing a little bit. I was thinking, used to be when we brought Bobby in, I knew Bobby was gonna bully some people and push some people around and muscle his way. I'm not seeing that aggressiveness this year. Is it just me?
No, you're right.
No, you're absolutely correct.
Bobby is passive this year. Remember, years past, Bobby would come in, the crowd's amped, I'm amped. Someone's about to get their head ripped off.
Right.
Bro, I'm not seeing none of old school Bobby no more.
Because James, he looks a little slower and doesn't look as strong. So some of that's weight room work that he may not be putting in now, because he definitely does not have that same, what you're talking about, that he used to have. And so he is digressing in the way that he's playing. You can see that in his play.
Mm-hmm.
So he got to get back in the weight room. You got to stay strong so you can move people a little bit around in the post. And you got to be a little bit more in condition. He's just even slower now than he's ever been getting up and down the floor. And that just doesn't.
Brooke will have a good foot race. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sure.
And then one last thing. This is all speculation. I'm just thinking, as we're all trying to figure out how to tweak the carburetor a little bit, make it run better. I would love to feel what it's like amongst all the other coaches outside of Doc, what it's like to coach for Doc. Because if them dudes, I'm just guessing, what if some of this softness is coming from that middle layer of coaching right now? Because those guys don't know how to coach because of, I don't know, maybe not fear of Doc, you know what I'm saying? But if there's something wrong with how Doc is looking at the game, or how many of these guys are looking at what Doc's calling and being like, not saying nothing, right? Like we're talking about, like Doc of 08 is the resume everybody's talking about. We talked about it last week. That team has so much floor IQ, they didn't even need Doc. Doc was a bonus.
Right.
They won the ring for Doc, not vice versa, right? So what if that's still the case now, and Doc's just getting by all these years on the pedigree of 08, an 08 championship, and now we've got this core of other coaches. Do we have some stars among those coaches that aren't able to shine like they're supposed to? Because, bro, we talking about Doc. Bro, behind the scenes in practice, it's all these other coaches that are taking players to the side and showing them what to do, strength and conditioning, take your ass to the free throw line. And bro, if them coaches aren't doing what they're supposed to do, or maybe they're not confident to do what they're supposed to do because they feel like Doc's gonna be on them, or I'm just speculating, bro. I'm just kind of guessing. Like, is there something with this middle layer of coaching that's off because of how Doc is as a leader? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Interesting perspective. Appreciate you, James. On you, Dr. Smith. Hold on one second. Let me get this super chat. Appreciate the $2 super chat, Dante. Bobby is a fake tough guy. No presence down low. 100% facts. 100% facts. On you, Dr. Smith.
I mean, like, to that point, right? You are playing right next to someone that should be a reflection of what you're not doing, right? You're the same age as Giannis. Giannis, when he first came in this league, looked like a strong breeze would break him in half, right? That.
Facts.
Right? But what did he do? What did he do to get to a point where he's now this tweener that can blast through people that they're now comparing to Shaq? Think about that for a second. He's not Shaq. No one is Shaq, right? But they compare him situationally to Shaq with how dominant he is and how violent he plays. Now, think about the words that we use to describe Giannis, and then look at Giannis when we first got him.
Mm-hmm.
When he was holding up the Greek flag, him and Thanasis when he got drafted.
Right.
Did anyone see that coming?
No.
Giannis went in the weight room and put on a whole new body, right? Because he said, if I'm going to be successful in this league, then I need to get bigger and stronger than I am. Has anyone else on the team taken that level of focus to improve in their game? Some of these guys, season in, season out, you are either the same or you're regressing. So I don't see you better. I think Bobby Portis definitely needs to get in the weight room if you're going to be a big guy. Because right now you play like a wing. You have the strength of a mid-wing player who they're putting in the post. We're not playing you in the post. You're too slow for the wing. So if that is the job that they've given you, and they've given you this contract to do it, then you need to go and find yourself a nutritionist to put on some weight and some muscle, so that I'm tired of people giving him like this forward because he's the first one to look like he's going to fight, like he is this power broker. He's not. Not an actual gameplay. Actual gameplay is getting moved out of the way. That's what's really happening. That's the news that's really being reported. If you're watching the game, all this other stuff is just blah, blah, blah. What's really happening is that we don't have any movers and shakers in the post getting us those rebounds. For me, that's why I said it's that is like a serious diagnosis that James and Mr. Cool were talking about. That these other teams have to be looking at that as a strategy to use against
barbecue
us.
chicken.
That's what Charlotte did. Charlotte couldn't make any shots outside of LaMelo, but they beat us. Outside of that Milwaukee kid, the brother who
Kneppel.
No one else was really hitting shots for them, but they were getting all of their cleanup shots. We lost to the Charlotte Hornets.
Right.
Because we couldn't get think about that. The Charlotte Hornets. There's a college team that could beat the Charlotte Hornets, and we lost to them because we couldn't get any rebounds. Like at some point, that's got to be like a real conversation that we have. Are you guys actually putting in the work to get better, or is it just I'm supposed to be at the facility on this particular day, so I'm going to be at the facility on this day, and then when it's time to go home, I'm going to go home? Like, how much work are you putting into your craft? If this is supposed to be a meritocracy, you get ahead by the extra work that you put in. And I'm not seeing it from any of those dudes. If everyone is just doing, if you're just putting in your 8 hours, then you're never going to get better. The only movement we'll see is a decline as age starts to set in. You're not going to go up. So we see Ryan Rollins going up to a certain, even though we've been on AJ or at AJ Green's helmet all season for his lack of defense, so his inability to play defense, but he is getting better every time we see him. Consider that, to me, he was, when he first came, barely G League playable, right? And then those were the conversations that we were having. Remember when it was Ajax, and that's the conversation we were having. Oh, AJ Green made it off the G League team before Ajax did, and now that's so much of a distant conversation. We can't even remember when that was even debatable. That's how much AJ Green has gotten better. So he is getting better, right? But some of these other guys that I need that from, I'm not seeing it. I'm not, and I guess the person who really is thinking Bobby Portis right now is Gary Trent, because we spent a lot of time talking about Bobby Portis, and Gary Trent is escaping. And Gary Trent is the worst basketball that he's played on this team. I haven't forgotten. I'm still holding on because I remember that Pacer series, and to me, he was like a superhero in that. Him last year was like Chris Middleton the year before in that Pacer series, when Chris Middleton was out there on one leg and he was fighting the good fight and whatnot. Well, that's what Gary Trent looked like for us last year, and I don't recognize him at all. So I'm waiting for him to come back, but eventually I'm going to lose patience and just be like, all right, I guess it's not you. We need you to come back, bro. Giannis is not coming through that door. And even when he is back, he's not going to be Giannis immediately. The brother just pulled his groin. Right? That's a thing. Like, you know what I mean? He does not play a finesse game. If it was Kevin Durant, maybe. But Giannis is going to come back, and there's going to be like maybe 5-6 games where he's not going to look like himself.
I agree with that.
Are we going to lose every one of those games? Yeah. We'll see.
Man, we'll see. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Shout out to you, Mr. Cool. Shout out to you, James, Dr. Smith. Always a pleasure, gentlemen. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, great conversation. Great conversation. All right, let me tap y'all in here. Let me tap in Bleacher real quick here. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me tap in Bleacher. Before we get up out of here, we're going to tap in Brandon before we get up out of here. All right, what up, Bleacher? What's going on, Brandon?
I wanted to get real quick in my thoughts off real quick about the game.
All right, go ahead, bro.
Gary Trent, cost yourself some money right now. The way you've been playing the last couple of games, you've been just doo-doo.
Right,
agreed. The shot selection's been off. If you can't take the shot, don't take the shot. I think AJ Green missed a time to take take a game-winning shot, and he just passes away. And I think that's when when Rollins got the ball and it just went to overtime at that point.
They didn't look organized on that play. Organized. I almost wish if we had a timeout to call a timeout or reset, because that looked crazy.
I just think overall this team needs to just look in the mirror like, look, Giannis not here for the next couple of weeks. Somebody gonna have to take the ball by the horn. And I know it's Ryan Rollins, but I mean, like, everybody else gotta contribute. Like, you gotta step up to the plate. You know, Giannis is not walking through that door, but at the same time, you gotta learn to win without Giannis. You gotta learn this. To me, this happening right now forces them to do it right now.
Right.
If they don't like pick it together what's the point of coming back and we're like just losing games like that all the time? Maxey scoring 54 points was the one thing that I'm like, I'm not really surprised because he's a good player.
Right.
But it's like they were just, it was bad. It was just bad. They if you and then I know we're on Doc Head helmet and about how he coached, and yes, I want him out of here. But sometimes it's just the players are not playing very well either. True. They're not doing that in the spots. It's like how many times we keep saying them they're in the wrong spot or they're not right there. And Giannis has maxed that for so long, and now we're like naked right now. We don't have nobody really to cover for us anymore. They gotta play sound basketball. Third quarter was the best I've seen them. They played great in that third quarter. Agreed. But my problem is they can't maintain it. Like, guys gotta stop being selfish and just get everybody else open. Like, okay, if you think you hot, you hot. Just keep going. But yeah, Doc needs to stop taking guys out that gets hot too. I feel crazy. That, and that's getting me annoyed too. But that's like my other thing is if you a teammate seeing your teammate getting hot, keep feeding the ball until he gets hot anymore. I just think guys don't think that way. They all want to be the guy that take over, and I'm like, God, you can't win championships that way. It just right now we're just trying to. Be there for the team and just cheer for them. It sucks right now. It just feels like we're just in a twilight zone because Giannis not there in a couple of weeks. And it sounds like that Giannis and KPJ gonna be coming back at the same time. So that's the good news. But it's just that right now, I'm looking at Doc. I'm looking at the team. You guys gotta play better than this because they play like this Saturday against the Pistons.
It'll be ugly.
Surprising 12 and 3 Pistons. We're gonna be fighting for it. So hopefully next time we'll talk. I hope it's a win.
Agree. On you, Brandon. Before we get up out of here, go ahead, Brandon.
What up, Daniel?
How you doing, man?
Good. This team got some things to do. I want them coaches out here. Because, you know why? I feel like this team is progressing. Like, I think we always, this team is at the bottom in the league right now. Because I feel like I want to get some young guys in. I want to get Mark Beers in. Like you say, being Nance in free throws is criminal.
Right.
It's very criminal.
Right.
Because I think Bobby, his time is up. He needs to go to a different team.
Agreed.
Go play with Brook Lopez in LA. Get him out of here.
Right.
Get BP out of here. Because I feel like we don't hear those Bobby Sheds no more. They have to watch.
No, I agree with you.
Also, Daniel and him. I'm trying to say this, but this team is not going anywhere. This team is not going to make it to the final picture. Yeah, we might make out of the first round, but we go all the way. Because the reason why the NBA punished us, because we still got Giannis in Milwaukee. That's making it more harder for Milwaukee to get the foul call. So, I feel like we need to get Doc out of here. I feel like I was trying to get Rondo or hire back alone on this coach town.
Yeah, we gonna have to see what happened, man. I mean, we got a tough 2 weeks in front of us without Giannis, so like I said, I know we lost today. I thought we fought hard and we just didn't execute down the stretch. This is really our
Real
first game in
quick,
the stretch. Go ahead, Bleach.
sorry, I don't think I don't know. Is the December 3rd he coming back? I just don't know. They say end of the month, maybe
Okay.
begin December. I don't know the exact date, so I don't know. They did, but
Okay.
they have reported that it's going to be probably close to that time. So
Okay, yeah,
just
whatever the
cross.
time is, we got to survive that during this time without him being available, which means this team is going to have to be play smarter, and the coaching staff is going to have to step up. So we're going to see. This is feast or famine time. We're going to see now during this stretch who is really an asset to this team and who is a distraction. And then when we get that data, we should use that data and make make moves accordingly. If that's getting rid of people, if that's packaging people, now you'll see who's who. We've already seen Ryan Rollins is him. We already seen him. He's out of the question. We already know he's gonna be hooping. But who else is gonna hoop besides Kuzma? Where's that third scorer gonna come from? I know Kuzma can get us some buckets. I know that Ryan Rollins. Who else is gonna get us some buckets? And that's what we have to find out during this stretch. And if Bobby's hurting us, then we need to look to move him before the trade deadline. Period. But now is the time. This is the first game with Giannis being out for this stretch. We played well for the most part, had some rough patches and couldn't close it. So now we go to Detroit and we should learn from the mistakes of the game that we just had tonight and should move forward and play better. That's all we can hope for is growth. That's it. I don't want to count no wins or nothing. We just need to look for growth and better rebounding and stuff like that. We need to look for improvement and growth with this team. I don't necessarily want to count the wins and losses, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see what go on. We got that game on Saturday. Yeah, so we gonna see what happens. Appreciate you, VP, popping in. All right, Brandon. Appreciate y'all, man. All right, bro.
All right.
All right, bro.
Take it
All right.
one night at a time. Take it one day at a time.
All right, bro. All right, go. All right, y'all. Yeah, tough loss tonight, friends and family, but we back at it Saturday. Detroit Pistons at Fiserv Forum. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share the electrifying content with the people. This is a tough one tonight, y'all. Will the Bucks lose in overtime tonight? Unfortunately, at home again. 114, 123. Ryan Rollins had 32, and Tyrese Maxey went over 50. Please hit the like button before y'all get out of here. This is the most electrifying content on YouTube. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Appreciate all the panel members, y'all. All right, y'all. Comment, like, subscribe. Go.